We are now looking at the Code 40 response for the long writing question that you had completed in your practice test number 1. Is what you're learning in school affecting the way you live your life right now? The criteria for the question is up here, and you can see that in this specific response, it is related to the prompt. A clear and consistent opinion is developed with supporting details. However, only some are specific. So now we've moved past having the points to focusing on the quality of the points, especially now that we've moved on to Code 40. And then in terms of organization, it's there, but it's quite mechanical, and so more development is needed. Moving on to the specific response, you can see from the very first sentence that, again, you know exactly what this person's opinion is, and that they're going to provide several reasons for this. But more specificity and detail is needed when it comes to these supporting points. So for the first point, they talk about how what they're learning in science, specifically chemistry, has sparked a love for chemistry. But it's unclear what specifically in the chemistry unit did this. Was it a lesson? Was it a lab that they might have done? And so providing a specific example can go a really long way with persuading your reader of your opinion. And then as we go through the paragraph, you can see that they've started a new paragraph for their second supporting point. However, they're using words like first, second, and you'll see more transitions in the next slide as well. And here, there's a mix of specific examples and then points that are a little vague or unclear. So they talk about learning life lessons from parable readings in the Bible, which is great. We can see clearly what kind of learning is taking place. But then they go on to talk about how I can change who I am in order to live a better life. So that's a little unclear in terms of what specifically about themselves are they going to change, and how will this make allow them to have a better life. So again, clarity is important. And then this is the second half of that response. As you can see, it's longer than the code 30, 20, and 10 because there are multiple paragraphs, specifically 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs. Again, mechanical start, but then in here, this person is much too general and unclear. So they go on to talk about how teachers have helped them gain knowledge and how their actions control the future. They want to be successful and so on. But again, it's very general. So when you're writing these responses, try to be more specific with your examples. And so when you're self-editing your long response, make sure that you look for this. And if you are missing specific examples, then you're already down to a code 40. But it's always easy to fix because when you're revising your work, you can easily go back and make it more clear. And lastly, this person does try to organize their writing because, as you can see, they have a conclusion and they end off by restating their opinion as well. So there's effort there. However, more revision is needed.